Hello, guys. Welcome, everybody, to Purple A's podcast. I am your host who bleeds purple and gold, Isaac here. So, after the aftermath of the big news that came out, that Kwesi was fired officially on Friday, so that means Kwesi Adofo Mensah is no longer on the team. In case you guys didn't check the news or anything, or if you didn't check out my little short that I did, it's on YouTube. It's right there. But the Vikings. So now they are going in a different direction. So they already fired Chris Cooper and Kwesi Adofo Mensah, two big firings that was absolutely needed. Chris Cooper, obviously had bad offensive line, and Kwesi, for him, and he was bad at drafting. It's not that he was good, and free agency, okay, fine. He was okay in that department, but if you can't be good at the draft, then I'm sorry, you don't. Then that's not what a GM is for. You can't just be good at one thing and then be bad at the other. So, really, in terms of the draft class, what Kwesi has like 3 stars as of currently right now that we know. Not like unknown or busts that I am talking about. So, you have 3 players right now on your roster that is talented. Jordan Addison, not counting his immaturity. Dallas Turner, he's a stud, and Will Reichard. So 3 picks only through 4 years of drafting is not good. It's not good at all. So, and yes, we don't know what talent that they have, like in Donovan Jackson and JJ McCarthy. And I get it. Kyrie Jackson, passing away. I mean, who died in a car accident. I get it. That's not his fault, but I mean, your scouting and your assessment in the draft is not very good at all. You set the Vikings back for 2 years. Actually not for 2 years. You set the Vikings backwards with the draft class that you have at your disposal. Mekhi Black, I mean, to trade up for Jamison Williams and Kyle Hamilton, who's been balling out, and instead going after Lewis Cine. Lewis Cine was a bust. That was a massive joke. For Andrew Booth Jr. and for Ed Ingram, and Brian Asamoah, not a single good. You don't have talent in the 22 draft class. Not one. Probably, not even in the 2025, maybe. Donovan Jackson, he's an unknown factor, but Ty Felton, I haven't seen much of him. Everybody else I have either, besides the 3 players that I mentioned, either they are busts, either we haven't seen very much of them at all. So, you only have 3 talent, right? 3 pieces of talent. 3. That's crazy. So, looking at the numbers, it makes sense to fire Kwesi Adofo Mensah. Granted, I was singing his praises, before. It's like, oh my gosh, he's doing so much with the offensive line and the defensive line. This was a good plan. And, you still have a lot of left. You still have no talent, really. So, it doesn't matter if the extension happens or not. You can still fire somebody. So, now the question is, where do the Vikings move forward to? But what I do know is that we are not going So the new GM that the Vikings are going to hire, they're not bringing in a new GM for free agency and draft, which makes sense because the GM right off the bat would have to evaluate quickly what the roster is for the Vikings and as far as talent and what they need to get. I get that. So right now, who's going to do free agency in the draft is Rob Brzezinski, the president of the Minnesota Vikings. He is going to do all of that, which, I mean, I'm absolutely fine with, I guess, for right now because you don't have a GM. It was just the timing of it where it was like late January where they fired him. It was it's later than what most teams did, which they fired them right after the season so they can go after a new GM and they can go into the draft and to free agency to do that. So they're going to roll with Rob Brzezinski for right now at GM because he already knows the roster, so which makes sense. So as far as the GM and who the Vikings should hire, I barely know any, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't know very many GMs that are available right now. But the only one I do know is Louis Riddick from ESPN. I've heard great things from this guy. And listen, I didn't hear it from myself. I just heard it from YouTubers that people want Louis Riddick from ESPN because he knows football, he's tough and all that. So, I don't know, but if that's the best option, heck yeah, go for it. I'd say maybe Louis Riddick should be the top option for the Vikings. If not Louis Riddick, at least find somebody that knows football and can acquire talent at the very least. So, otherwise it's gonna be a new star. There's just so many questions. Is JJ McCarthy gonna be the starting quarterback for next year? Is KOC gonna stick around? We'll answer those two questions right now. JJ McCarthy, as far as that's concerned, it just depends on what the GM wants to get in free agency or the draft. If they're going to replace JJ McCarthy and say, okay, the pressure is on, so we need to bring results, otherwise you're most likely going to be a journeyman quarterback. So I don't know really, but what was really interesting, I saw a tweet from someone, I believe from another YouTuber, shout out to Realistic Randy. One reporter said Kevin O'Connell wanted Sam Darnold from next year and wanted to head in a different direction. But Kwesi said, we're going to cut Sam Darnold. We're gonna waiver him, make him a free agent for other teams to grab. Then we're going to build around JJ McCarthy, which, KOC maybe, gets a little bit of credit. I don't know. But so maybe the Vikings were intending to wanting to keep Sam Darnold, but Kwesi said to head in a different direction but KFC was saying, no, this is not going to work. This is a bad idea. He is not ready. So, maybe KFC gets a little bit of leeway, but outside of the play calling and just the unprepared in big games, I don't give him an excuse for that. But what I will say to his credit is that, maybe Sam Darnold would have been much better. I feel like the Vikings would have made the playoffs this season with Sam Darnold. I will agree to that. And secondly, as far as KOC, They might keep him for another year and say, okay, we'll give you another year to see what happens. And maybe, I don't know if maybe the GM will, maybe though the GM will be as tough, and say, okay, you know what? We're not producing results. Enough of this. Let's get you out of here. So maybe though they might keep KOC. I don't know. And there's been a huge roster shakeup too with like coaches. They've hired assistant coach Frank Smith right now. So there's been quite a shakeup going on with the coaching staff. And I mean, I will say this is sort of like a hope or something, for the Vikings where they're making changes right now because of what happened in 2025. It's like, all right, enough is enough. We cannot be doing this. We gotta do something than just nothing. So they're moving around coaches and all that. So honestly, it's good for them. So now, except for the head coach and defensive coordinator, that's all I know. And maybe the special team coach, he needs to go, but I don't think they're gonna move on. So there's gonna be a lot to talk about. I am telling you, man. I mean, I think it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be definitely interesting, and in a good way. It's gonna be interesting. So yeah, all I ask you guys, what do you think's gonna be next? Who should the Vikings hire? What's gonna happen to all this? Lots of questions. So make sure you do that in the comments section. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Skull Vikings.